These days, the Witcher series is truly a valley of plenty. The world built by Andrzej Sapkowski appears to expand daily between the anime prequel and the several spin-offs currently under development. Of course, everyone's attention is still firmly focused on Henry Cavill's flagship program, and not just because Geralt is attractive. The good news is that Netflix already announced that Season 3 is coming before Season 2 even premiered. Additionally, Season 4 has now also been officially confirmed, but with a significant cast shift. Later on, more on that. When it comes to Season 3, the announcement was made as part of Netflix's TUDUM event in September 2021. However, more information about Season 3 has since been available. Grab your trusty mount and as many cash as you can carry, and let's journey back to the continent to see out what The Witcher Season 3 has in store for us. The Witcher Season 3 potential release date. When will it air? Make a bell sound. Release information for The Witcher Season 3 has been released. Sort of. The Witcher star Henry Cavill has assured fans that the film will be released in the summer of 2023, with a tentative release window of between June and September. At Netflix's TUDUM Showcase event, he announced the news, but he was very quiet about the specifics. Steve Gobb, the show's executive producer, however, also provided additional encouraging information. Gobb posted a message on Instagram stating that filming had finished, with the caption, "And that's a picture wrap on Season 3 of It Witcher Netflix." The executive producer uploaded a photo of a skull on a bookcase. Nearly 2 years after the first episode of The Witcher, Season 2 finally debuted. However, this was mostly due to COVID-related delays and Henry Cavill's on-set injury. In the final week of November 2021, Digital Spy spoke with showrunner Lauren S. Hisrich and discovered that the writer's room had already started writing the Season 3 scripts. We've always had fantastic writers on the show, but this season in particular I think had. We had some new people come in, and it was really interesting how it changed the dynamic of the room to have this sort of new blood. People who had watched the first season, who then had screened the second season, and came in with fresh, new ideas, who sort of challenged me on things that I hadn't really thought about before. It's noteworthy to note, though, that after finishing the screenplays, we just began discussing casting with the directors and performers, as well as discussing the limitations of producing 8 episodes into a single story. For instance, it's crucial to me that the performers have a strong sense of empathy for their characters' journeys, and that they themselves feel enthusiastic about them. Therefore, all of those dialogues will shortly begin. The show's official Twitter account posted a picture of Henry Cavill, Anya Chalotra, and Freya Allen on set, seated in their chairs, confirming that filming had begun by April 2022. Since then, other first looks from the Henry set have been released, covering the months of July 2022 and beyond. At the end of that month, however, Cavill contracted COVID-19, forcing the filming to be halted. The shoot is now complete, and Cavill marked the event with a nice statement for the cast and crew. Thankfully, they were able to return just a few weeks later, and filming proceeded into August throughout the UK and mainland Europe. What a season it's been so far. I simply wanted to express my gratitude for your perseverance and dedication throughout the challenging session. I hope you can all get the sleep you need. Henry Cavill, sincerely and with respect. The Witcher Season 3 cast, who's in it? For the time being, Henry Cavill will appear in Season 3 with our favorite characters that helped make the program what it is. Freya Allen as Cirilla, Akasiri, Anya Chalotra as Yennefer of Vengerberg, Joey Beatty as Jaskier, Royce Pearson as Istred, Anna Schaffer as Triss Marigold, Kim Bodnia as Vesemir. On October 29, 2022, Netflix startled viewers when it revealed that Liam Hemsworth would succeed Henry Cavill as the show's star in Season 4, playing Geralt himself, no less. My trip as Geralt of Rivia has been filled with both monsters and adventures, and regrettably, I will be laying down my medallion and my swords for Season 4, Cavill stated in a statement released that day. The wonderful Mr. Liam Hemsworth will assume the role of the White Wolf in my place. I hand the mantle to Liam with reverence for the time spent inhabiting Geralt and excitement to see his interpretation of this most intriguing and nuanced of individuals, as with the best literary characters. Liam, good sir, enjoy exploring and discovering all that you can about this character. He has such a lovely dimension to him. Although it is presently unknown why Henry Cavill is leaving The Witcher, rumors indicate that his decision may have been greatly influenced by his return to the Superman role in the DC films. Who else is coming back for another go in Henry Cavill's final role as Geralt? Whatever the case, it doesn't appear that it will have a significant impact on Season 3. Actor Bart Edwards will play a key role as Season 3's big bad if that ominous Season 2 conclusion is anything to go by. If you've binged Season 2 right up until the very end, you'll also know that Ciri's father, Emhyr, comes back from the dead, so to speak. Expect to see characters from this conflict return, as well as the mages as well, as the alliance between Nilfgaard and the elves becomes more tense. Therefore, Mimi Andiwani, Media Simpson, Mahesh Jadoo, and Mayanna Buring will all likely return for another go at things in Season 3. A list of new cast members was announced when Season 3's production got underway, including some well-known names from other well-known brands. This so far consists of Gallatin, played by Robbie Amell of The Flash, commands a guerrilla Scoia'tael army that is battling for Nilfgaard. Shang Meng or Kai Jiang as Milva, a fearless and gifted human huntress who is also an amazing archer and has a strong survival instinct. Milva is adopted by the Dryads of Broccolin Forests. Hugh Skinner from Fleabag plays Prince Radovid, the playboy brother of King Vizimir. According to the press release, Radovid amazes at how perceptive he can be in political issues, but it's all games until someone gets harmed. Christelle Elwyn from The Bloods plays Missile, a distrustful and vengeful member of the Rats, a group of misfit teenagers. However, a chance encounter changes everything. One of the most well-known LGBTQ+ characters from this franchise is Philippa Eilhart, and after her brief appearance in Season 2, expect to see a lot more from Cassie Clare in the role when Season 3 debuts. Perhaps the show will even finally include some gay characters. Additionally, Lauren S. Hisrich discussed Sirius sexuality with Digital Spy. We start to go into Sirius sexuality more as well, which I would argue is just hinted at in the book since you never truly learn what it is. I'm delighted that you brought it up because one thing I believe that we try very hard to accomplish with The Witcher is illustrate that fantasy is for everyone and reflects everyone. I won't know until we get there how I'm going to navigate how Ciri is navigating her own sexuality, said Ciri actress Freya Allen. You see glimpses of her trying to navigate that in the season, in terms of the fact that she's like almost becoming quite boy-like. But I don't think she's really discovered about her sexuality, necessarily. It's something that she's going to discover in potentially Season 3, potentially Season 4. We'll see. The Professor, aka Ralph Blunden, is a character that those familiar with the Witcher canon know of essentially as an assassin in specs with a large vocabulary, though he doesn't always understand the words himself. Thanks to Redanian intelligence, we do believe that the producers have put out casting feelers for this character. Naturally, he's looking for Yennefer and Ciri. It's important to note that none of this has been confirmed. Safia Ingar has reportedly been cast as Milva, a pivotal character from Time of Contempt, according to the Redanian intelligence, but until we hear otherwise from an official source, we'll take that with a grain of salt. Ajoa Ando, who portrays High Priestess Nenek and is from Bridgerton, is one actor who might be absent from the action. The actress has acknowledged that she is not sure how much she will be involved in the forthcoming episodes. Ando responded to Radio Time's inquiry regarding a potential return with, "Yeah, I don't know. The novels are so big, and the plots have taken so many different turns, we'll see." A lot of the books mention Nenek. However, it depends on what they want to accomplish with this particular version of it. We'll have to wait and see what the show's creators intend to do with the material from the novels and how they intend to use it. Loni Perister, Bola Agan, Steven Surgic, and Ganja Montero will all be directing this season, according to a later Netflix release. The Witcher Season 3 plot, what will happen? As monarchs, wizards, and monsters of the continent compete to capture her, the official synopsis for the show promised. Geralt takes Ciri of Cintra into hiding, desperate to defend his newly reunited family against those who threaten to destroy it. The walled castle of Aretuza is where Yennefer, who has been entrusted with Ciri's magical training, hopes to learn more about the girl's untapped abilities. Instead, they find themselves in the middle of a war between political intrigue, dark magic, and betrayal. They have to stand their ground and fight back if they don't want to lose each other for good. Lauren S. Hisrich claims, money aside, S3 is massive, and she should know. She also knows the budget, so it's understandable that she wouldn't want to discuss it. There are many forces assembling to manipulate the princess's power for themselves, including her own father, but at least Ciri now has Geralt and Yennefer by her side. The next run of episodes will focus primarily on Ciri's destiny as a world destroyer, or hopefully a savior if we ever want to see Season 4 come to light. It's important to keep in mind that this blueprint can change, as it so often does in the translation from page to screen. But Hisrich revealed to Tech Radar that Season 3 will be based on the Time of Contempt, the second book in the Witcher saga, where Yennefer, Ciri, and Geralt travel to Aretuza where a coup takes place, forcing this trio to separate again. After the release of Season 2, Cavill spoke with Netflix's Geek Channel and revealed that after that significant betrayal, things will be very different for Geralt and Yennefer. It's a challenging combination of circumstances to overcome. It will take a lot of effort to forgive this one because it is so difficult. This season, Geralt has really grown in his ability to admit when he can't complete a task by himself. Anya Chalotra added her 2 cents, pointing out that Yennefer still has a lot to learn in the future. She's lived the type of life she's lived with all the rules she lives by. And that's Yen, and she doesn't trust anyone. It's habitual, isn't it? She's cowed. It will be really difficult to just dive into a new way of being, even though she may have learnt to think about things more. We questioned Joey Beatty about his future plans for Jaskier on the most recent promo tour for The Witcher in November 2021. It's a difficult one. He acknowledged, "I have complete faith in Lauren's vision. She is modernizing old texts from the 1980s and incorporating elements of modern life that viewers want to see on television. They no longer desire to view dragons. They want to see dragons, but they also want to understand how xenophobia operates on this continent. How is it with the conflict and turbulence? What I'm most anticipating for Season 3 is the continuance of that and greater investigation of the topics that fans care about." She's really wonderful at taking all these polemic subjects and putting them through a lens of fantasy. Freya Allen provided us with a more detailed response to the exact same query. I just can't wait for the day she is handed an actual silver sword that is weighted and is not a little broomstick, because I just can't wait to see become a crazy fighter, and I'm pretty that Ciri can't wait for that day either, so we'll be excited together. Additionally, Freya confirmed in a conversation with Radio Times that she has already seen the scripts for Season 3, saying, "It's extremely exciting. I think it's going to be a terrific season." Though not everyone's situation may be ideal. Showrunner Lauren S. Hissrich hinted that Season 3 will feature a lot of action, some death when speaking on a panel at the Lucca Comics and Games Festival in Italy. However, was she teasing the death of a significant character or just some classic monster slaying? Probably best to wait and see. More terrifyingly, Hissrich told Polygon what the elves' growing visibility means for Season 3. "I know that in Season 3, we're introducing the Scoia'tael, this army of elves that's fighting on behalf of Nilfgaard, and they don't come off so great. It's a pretty sort of harsh, dark storyline. Viewers will notice that we focus a lot on the elven storyline in Season 2, which is not as prominent in Blood of Elves. Therefore, I want to make sure that we comprehend and humanize their role in the conflict. From where do they originate? For what cause are they fighting? Even if they get lost while traveling, what kind of background do they have? We therefore frequently consider The Witcher as a totality. Despite the fact that the writer's room has a plan in place, Hissrich assured fans that she will be considering the feedback from Season 2 and may make changes as necessary in the future. This was revealed through a tweet Lauren posted on December 21st. Today is December 21st. After dedicating 2.5 years of my life to making the show, I'm naturally interested in hearing what viewers are saying about it. That understates the case. I am unable to refrain," tweeted she. She also hinted that as the next season progresses, viewers will learn more about Eskel's passing and the connection between Ciri, Geralt, and Yennefer. I want to reassure them that I can hear them and that they are not yelling into space. However, I don't have time, or this is not the time, to engage in a lengthy discussion about Eskel's death or the timing of G.Y. bonding. C's. Although they don't exactly reveal any significant new locations or circumstances, producer Stephen Gobb has begun posting set photos from Season 3 on Instagram. But they did take a stroll through this wonderful wood, perhaps for some filming. The framework of each Witcher season has been a little bit different, so expect it to continue for Season 3, which will have a compressed schedule. According to Hissrich, our seasons as a whole are actually guided by the stories that we want to convey. Therefore, a good illustration is structure. There was no justification for non-linear narratives in Season 2. In order to play with different parts of visions or flashbacks, for example, we adopted a fairly linear approach, which we would not have been able to do if we were doing timelines. I think Season 3 is extremely fantastic. It is based on The Time of Contempt, which I find to be a work that lends itself extremely well to adaptation. There is a ton of action and a ton of things that, when you see them, will leave you in awe. We are really letting that guide our storyline as a result. For instance, the events in Season 3 occur over a very brief period of time. It doesn't need to pass much time, so it doesn't. Whatever transpires, this season we may anticipate a clearer distinction between heroes and villains. According to Schmidt-Hissrich, I think that for all of our characters, with very few exceptions, they are doing things because they believe it's the right thing to do. They genuinely believe in the goodness of their cause, which is what we frequently witness in reality. Nobody actually states, "I want to be the wicked dictator and rule for the sole purpose of being evil." Fortunately, author Andrzej Sapkowski is a little more productive with his main series than George R.R. Martin, so don't anticipate the program to last past the published books. Hissrich stated, "I have always declared that I want to end our stories where Andrzej Sapkowski concluded his I just don't think we need to keep making up stories after his deliberate ending. The amusing part is that he has really published 2 new books since we have been working on the series. We're making an effort to be somewhat nimble with it. I've always said that I'll continue to write the show as long as there is interest in the show, and right now, that interest seems to be great, but some of that also is through some of the additional universe that we're expanding. So through the anime films, or through the spin-off that just finished production, those are ways for us to continue telling Sapkowski's stories without detracting from the focus on the main storytelling of the mothership." Speaking of particular, Roach's passing during Season 2 was one of the most sorrowful moments. In Season 3, Geralt will ride a new horse. According to Schmidt-Hissrich, we wanted to make sure that Roach had a hero moment. But it was also crucial to us to get to that portion of the novels where Geralt has a lot of Roaches. That is merely his cycle of life. He's lived a long time. And the new Roach is also called Roach. I just believe it's the way that Geralt lives his life. I just think that one of the things I adore that is so emblematic to me of Geralt's character is just how pure and sincere his relationship is with these horses, and yet also how he understands that they go on and he needs to find a new one. The Witcher Season 3 episodes, how many will there be? The Witcher Season 3's duration has not yet been disclosed by Netflix, but if the prior 2 seasons are any indication, the third one will likely have 8 episodes as well. We wouldn't be shocked if Season 3's length was extended to 10 episodes, though, since the Witcherverse's scope continues to expand. This may mean more witchy awesomeness for us. Netflix reported that 142.4 million viewing hours were logged in the first 3 days alone by fans after the premiere of Season 2. The Witcher Season 1 was the closest rival during that time period, with 49.1 million hours watched between December 13th and December 19th. Therefore, it is obvious that Netflix wouldn't be squandering their money if they opted to add 2 or 3 extra episodes to Season 3. The Witcher Season 3 trailer, when can I watch it? Even Yennefer herself couldn't create a trailer out of thin air, but we'll inform about new clips as soon as Netflix releases them. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, make sure to like and subscribe for more.